Investment advisory services are offered through Fusion Capital Management, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The firm only transacts business in states where it is properly registered or is excluded or exempted from registration requirements. SEC registration is not an endorsement of the firm by the Commission and does not mean that the advisor has attained a specific level of skill or ability.
Welcome to Navigating Retirement with Rick Durkee.
Good day and welcome back to Navigating Retirement. I'm your host, Rick Durkee. Another episode of information for those of you that are retirement minded. Today, we're going to talk about financial independence in retirement. And in this podcast, we're going to examine what true financial freedom means and what you should be doing with money to help you achieve true financial freedom. But before we get started, make sure that you click on the links below to subscribe and like us. Click on those buttons below. I'd also appreciate it if you'd share this information and this video with other retirement-ready people that you might know. So let's get started here today and talk a little bit about being prepared for financial risks, because shouldn't our level of confidence and security be determined by our degree of how well we're prepared for financial risks? In order to prepare for risks, you need to know what they are. You need to identify them. And then you also need to know what level of control we actually have over those risks. So let's get started with a quick shot list of some of the risks that retirees do face in their retirement years. First of all, you've got health risks. Now, I often say, life in retirement is like this. You got your go-go years. You retire, you're ready to do everything, you're in good health. Then next set of 10 years after you go 65 to 75 in your go-go is your slower go years. You're slowing down a little bit. Maybe health is getting in the way. But then from 85 to question mark, which is how long we don't know we're going to be around, that's our no-go years. That's when health really slows us down. We quit our traveling. We try to, diet, exercise, and keep good habits as far as, keeping ourselves in physical shape, but we might not have control over that health issue that gets in the way, our cognitive reasoning. So we need to look at health as something that we can control. Our body's health, we may run into some issues that we can't control with our mental health and our cognitive reasoning, but we need to plan financially for the possibility of how finances could be affected to a great degree in retirement. Our markets, our investment markets. Oftentimes people say the markets are, doing really well, but do we really have control over what the markets do? Maybe not so much, as we do have control when we invest over how much risk we want to take and what the results will be of that amount of risk that we take. It's often said that risk and reward are traveling companions. So if we look at it from a perspective of we're willing to take more risk, we could see that market performance of those investments go up over time. But that's something that we can take control of. Remember, our risk tolerance, but we can't really dictate what the markets are going to do and when they're going to do it. Inflation is the next thing that I want to talk about quickly. This is definitely outside of our control. The Fed recently has determined that they're going to let interest rates rise a couple of times in 2023. You see what that did with the market, Things already cost more. I don't need to tell you that. Just go to Lowe's or Home Depot and see what the cost of a 2x4 is today compared to just 6 months ago. It's unbelievable. You look at your cost of, your groceries that you buy, your transportation costs, things like that, things that really affect that consumer price index. Inflation definitely needs to be planned for, and it needs to be planned for in your retirement income plan. Sequence of returns risk. This one we've covered before. It's another one that you do have some control over it to some extent, but it's really determinant on when you're going to start taking money out, when you're going to start allocating money to yourself out of your retirement accounts, and what the market's doing at that time. Remember, it's never like it was during your accumulation years when you're in your withdrawal years. You have to protect that money against long-term market downs and maybe markets that take a long time to recover. Okay, sequence risk will affect you there. I'm going to make this information available to you at the end of the show so you can request a list of these risks. Another thing that we find that it's kind of hard to control is taxes. We can do proactive tax planning to avoid taxes that we see perhaps going up in the future, but we can't control tax policy directly. Overspending is another thing that we have to look at. We have to look at our withdrawal rate and our withdrawal rate risk of our income that we're going to take and spend during our paycheck years in retirement. We do make that transition from our accumulation years and our paycheck years where we're saving the money into distribution. So we have to make sure that we have a proper spend down plan, that written retirement income plan. There's many other risks in retirement that we need to cover with you. I'd like to find out more about you and also explain how you can achieve true financial independence in retirement. If you contact us today, you can set up your complimentary consultation, which we conduct on the phone, over the Zoom meeting if you'd like, or here in our office at the Coastal Financial Planning Group if you're local. I thank you for your time today, and I look forward to having you back on another edition of Navigating Retirement. Make sure and click on that note section below and request your list of how to be prepared for the financial risks in retirement and how to achieve true financial independence in retirement. Thank you.
Catch more of Rick Durkee and Navigating Retirement by visiting cfpgroup.biz.
While we believe the information in this broadcast is reliable, we cannot guarantee its accuracy. Opinions expressed are subject to change without notice and are not intended as investment advice or solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security. Please consult your financial professional before making any investment decisions. Investment advisory services are offered through Fusion Capital Management, an SEC-registered investment advisor. SEC registration is not an endorsement of the firm by the Commission and does not mean that the advisor has attained a specific level of skill or ability. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes.
Fiduciary duty extends solely to investment advisory advice and does not extend to other activities such as insurance or broker-dealer services. Advisory clients are charged a fee for assets under management, while insurance products pay a commission, which may result in a conflict of interest regarding compensation.
Third-party rankings and recognition from rating services and publications do not guarantee future investment success. Working with a highly rated advisor also does not ensure that a client or prospect will experience a higher level of performance. These ratings should not be viewed as an endorsement of the advisor by any client and do not represent any specific client's evaluation. Generally, ratings, rankings, and recognition are based on information provided by the advisor. Please contact the advisor for more information regarding how these rankings and ratings were formulated.